Good. Yo, what's happening, people? It's your boy Michael, and welcome back to Greeks Talks, where we talk all things sports for another match reaction. And Sunday, the match reaction wasn't that happy, but today, the match reaction is much happier because Man United absolutely beat Spurs, pummeled them. It was only 2-0, but it could have been a 4 or 5-0 settings. So, yeah, let's go into it. First of all, the performance, before I go into individual players, the performance was an absolute 10 out of 10. From the first minute to the 90th minute, our intensity did not drop a single minute of that game. That was a complete performance. And Ten Hag, you've done miracles on me. I said the Giants head coach might be my favorite ball person. You're my favorite ball person. I want to kiss that bald head of yours, man, because that was absolutely exquisite. That was, in my opinion, one of the best complete performances I've seen from a Man United team in the last couple of years. Definitely better than any performance we had last year. I know we had the 5-1 against Leeds, but today Spurs didn't get a sniff of our goal. They had a couple half chances, but other than that, absolutely zilch. And yeah, that just goes to a testament of how good of a manager Ten Hag is, how much the players are actually starting to listen to his instructions, and just our players. I still think we need a lot more quality because with a better squad, that game could have been a 5-6-0. But yeah, also Patrice Evra, hold that, talking about you wish Conte was Man United manager. Guess what? Ten Hag absolutely wiped the floor with him today. Conte is a great manager, but for the future Man United, Ten Hag was a much better option, and he showed that today because he dropped a 10 out of 10 coaching clinic. Zero mistakes made. With that starting 11, zero mistakes. People criticize Fred. I actually wanted Fred to play because the counter-pressing forced Spurs into making mistakes. That's exactly what happened. From the first minute to the 90th minute, they were making mistakes, and Fred was always there to win that ball back. Sometimes he gave it away because that's Fred. He's erratic, but I'll get more into Fred later because that was amazing. But yeah, that first half, we absolutely had them pinned back in their half. Luis made a couple nice saves. Rashford had the best opportunity in the first half, in my opinion. He should have scored that. That's a chance that you got to take in a game like that, but it's what it is. But I know based on the stats from football, we only created like 1 XG. We had like 15 shots. A lot of the shots were from long range. I was getting frustrated because it was stupid long range shots when you could have just passed it to the overlap and create a better opportunity. But the United players are not very patient players there, especially when it's a no game where they're losing. They get rattled very easily and then just shoot, spam passes, all that kind of stuff. But still amazing first half because Spurs, we limited them on the counter. They didn't do anything on the counter. That's what they set up to. That's what they came to do. The 3-5-2. Sonny came off the shoulder of our center back and make those runs. Kane played pretty much DM. He lost a DM battle against Casemiro today, that's for sure. Making that hold on to the ball and then let Son run onto a ball, or let the wing backs with the width sprayed over there. And a couple of times we did leave it a little wide open on the width in the wing areas, but the fullbacks closed down real quick. De Gea made nice plays as well. And yeah, I was just the first half. I was very disappointed to go into 0-0, but I was worried about if United play like this in the first 15 minutes of the second half in front of the Stretford end, that ball will go in. And lo and behold, first 10 minutes we scored. It was an absolutely lucky goal. Football is a hilarious sport because the fact that that was our first goal sums up how football is a ridiculous sport, because that was probably our worst chance of the game and it went in. It was a massive deflection of Ben Davies, but they gave Fred the goal, and he deserved to be on that score sheet today because he took about 75 million shots and his worst one went in. But it's what it is. But yeah, that was a much deserved goal, and from there the confidence just kicked in. When Man United go 1-0 up, the confidence is amazing. It's amazing how you play with the lead, and it's why Man United, I think this season, every time they're taking the lead, game over. I don't think we've lost. I'm thinking of the games that we lost. Brighton, we were trailing 2-0. Brentford, we lost 4-0. City, they went up 4-0 against us. Everton's the only game that we came back from behind. Other than that, all our wins have been when we scored first. So it shows how good that we've been when we take the lead. And that second half performance might have been better than the first, because from there, Spurs started going a little more at it, but we still shut them down. They didn't do nothing, absolutely nothing that game. And that was a testament to how good our players were. And let me start talking about a few players. I'll start from the back. David De Gea. I might be one of your biggest critics. You have a lot of critics on Twitter, I'm not going to lie. Some of them hate you more than me. But today, complete goalkeeper performance. Distribution, excellent. Absolutely excellent. When he caught the ball, he rolled it out as quick as he can to start the counterattacks. That's what I want from a goalkeeper. Alisson, Ederson, the Ramses of the world, they throw it quick. The kicking, a couple of good long kicks where Rashford got onto them, and he could have done better with it, but still, and he distributed it on the correct side. He didn't force it to one direction. When he needed to take it to excuse me, kick it to the right, he kicked it to the right. When he needed to kick it to the left, he kicked it to the left. That's what good goalkeeping does. And his positions were amazing. When he needed to come sweeper, he didn't really have to come outside the box, but when he had to go pick up the ball at the edge of the box, he was there. And then he made that nice save against Kane, which ended up being offside, but concentration. This is what I always criticize the Gea. He's always good when he gets pummeled with shots. Today we didn't first minute shot, so that means if you have to make that one save, just that one save, you were there to make it. Concentration, and De Gea had concentration today. Still don't give him that contract, but that's what I want more from. And if I want this to be his last season at United, go on top because you still are a Man United legend. You were our player of the year 5 years in a row or something like that. So go on top and then go off to the beautiful sunset in Spain. That's what I want for De Gea this season. And if he continues playing like this, he might not get in that contract, which is not a good thing. But I need him to keep playing like this because I need to do some stuff this season. And that was an incredible performance. Defense. Alejandro Martinez might be the greatest center back I've ever seen in the last 10 years. This guy is amazing. Harry Kane. It's about Harry Kane. So Harry Kane this week, Benzema won the Ballon d'Or on Monday. Shout out to him. People question, still saying Harry Kane's a better striker. Erling Haaland, who's tore up the Premier this season, people saying if Harry Kane was on City, he'd be scoring this many goals. Guess what? Haaland put the fear of God in me on the Manchester Derby. Harry Kane today, Lissandro had him in a federal penitentiary. He did absolutely nothing. He had a couple half shots, which the Gea blocked these, or just the Gea saved these, or Lissandro blocked it. He didn't let him sniff. He went into that midfield. Casemiro was there to lock him up. He played with his back to go at the edge of the box. Lissandro was there to sweep it up. Nothing. He did absolutely nothing today. Lissandro, that's another top attacker that Lissandro's locked up. The only one that's giving him issues is Erling Haaland, and that guy's a robot. But Harry Kane, no issues for Lissandro today. Just his passing. I feel like he did misplace a couple passes, but when he passes the ball, I always expect it to go to a Man United player. Always. And he also knows when to pass it back to the goalkeeper to recycle possession, restart the attack, or when he pushes it forward, break the lines to a Luke Shaw, to a Bruno, to a Casemiro, to a Fred. He knows exactly. His football IQ is amazing. And in my opinion, I think ever since the post-Fergie era, he will go down potentially as our best signing. Obviously, we'll make future signings, but I think he's our best signing since the Fergie era. I think Pogba is probably the most talented player we've signed, alongside like with the Martial. But I think Lissandro has changed Man United. That defense, along with Varane, but that aggression that he has lifted the spirits of that defense, and it's a beautiful bond. His partner, Rafael Varane, Rolls Royce, amazing today. On the ball, he was good, and off the ball, Heung-min Son was on his side. Heung-min Son, non-existent, just like he's been most of the season. But today, extra non-existent. I think Heung-min Son had one shot today, and he kicked it to Rosetta at Old Trafford. Nothing today. He did absolutely nothing. Rafael Varane, Rolls Royce. And it shows ever since he came back in the starting 11, we've dominated and we haven't conceded that many goals. City game, I think we conceded technically 3 with him on the pitch, but it was only 1 when he actually wasn't. Like, he was hobbling after that first goal. And we conceded the second one with him off the pitch. It was off the corner when he went off. So obviously we still lose that game to Man City because they're Man City, but it shows how much of a difference he makes. That center back duo is arguably the best in the Premier League. If not, it's top 3. It's podium level. It's an amazing center back partnership. And if imagine we get it, like, I praise the Gea, but this is where I criticize him again. Imagine we had like a Diogo Costa behind him with the sweeper. Like, because for me, Varane and Martinez is the perfect center back partnership. You have Lissandro, who's the aggressor, and you have Varane, the sweeper. Lissandro is like kind of like Sergio Ramos. Obviously not as good, but he might actually be a little better defensively. How to just a little bit. But the aggression that Lissandro Martinez had, and Varane just sweeps it up. And in front of them. Actually, no, before I go to the man in front of them, the fullbacks. Luke Shaw, Luke Shaw, man. This guy, when he has competition or a contract, this guy decides to play like best left back in the world. Like, he's playing 20, he's showing the 20, 20, 21 levels that he had. He's been amazing ever since he came back from last year. The first touch, the defensive intensity. This guy was sliding into challenges. He didn't give 2 Fs about what he was doing when he was going into those challenges. The aggression. Even in the shot, he had the shot on target against Lloris. The defensive positioning. It's a little off. He still tucks in a little too much, but that still might be 10 Hag's instructions. I don't know, but just he even blocking crosses. He took a shot. He took a cross right to the dome. Luke Shaw, man, I have no like. It's just and honestly, he's the key to unlocking our wingers because Sancho looks more comfortable off the left with Shaw there. Rashford when he comes back on the left when Martial comes back, we all know Rashford and Shaw's connection. It's like synergy. So yeah, that was an amazing performance. And Diogo Dallo, first 3 minutes of the game, he pissed me off. He started doing dumb shots, and he still did the dumb shots, but he had the toughest task because he had Son and Perisic on his side. They were attacking down those flanks, and he did a really good job. He had a couple times where Perisic got past him, but he also locked him up a couple times. It was a good performance. A little more overlaps, even though sometimes he actually does overlap and it doesn't get seen, which I'll talk about a little bit with the midfield and the attack where they don't see it. They just shoot. But a little more overlapping, but he did really good. He plays more tucked in anyway, but just good passing, good selection. And he's tired because I think he's played almost every minute for Man United this season. He needs a rest eventually, but he was up for it today, and he has to be up for it against Chelsea because Chelsea are not a tough team. And just keep playing like that, and that contract's coming your way, my boy. And I don't want to extend them, and that contract is coming, my boy. So keep playing like this, and that contract will come. You also have interest by Barcelona. As much as I troll Barcelona, they can hold that always. They're still a top club, and the fact that they want him shows his levels this season. Actually, his levels since last year. But yeah, good performance by Dallo today. I'll give him the match ratings later, of course. Midfield, Casemiro. Man United, this is what you robbed us of the last 8 years without a DM. This is what a world-class DM looks like. We haven't had this since Michael Carrick. The awareness that Casemiro has on that pitch is incredible. He knows exactly where to be. He knows exactly when to intercept. He knows exactly when to lunge into a tackle. He knows exactly what to do everything. On the ball, he's still a little shaky, obviously. No player is ever perfect. But switching today, I saw, because the first half, we didn't switch the ball at all. It was pissing me off because that's what you need to do against Spurs. Switch. Second half, he was pinging it across the pitch. Left, right, wherever he wanted it. And just his smartness. When he did that tackling fault to get the yellow, I thought he was going to get it because he's smart when he's tackling, but he got it. He doesn't have that rep in terms of prime refs yet, but just incredible. And like I said, he won the DM battle against Harry Kane because Harry Kane thinks he's a 6 nowadays. But he absolutely won it, and he showed why he is that guy and why he was starting for Real Madrid for 8 years. You don't start for Real Madrid for 8 years and be a scrub. That don't happen. The Real Madrid, the creme de la creme. He's not a scrub, and he's absolutely world class, and he is that perfect shield for that back four. The absolutely perfect shield. And you know what? He's probably gonna give him about 3 years of this. We gotta take advantage of it because not many Casemiros come around. So absolutely top performance. And then who else? Fred. Yeah. Fred was my man of the match. He was incredible today. Just the counter pressing. Ten Hag said this is the only reason Fred starts. He doesn't start him for his first touch. He doesn't start him for his shooting. He doesn't start for anything but intensity and the counter pressing. Fred knows how to win the ball up higher up the pitch than anyone on our team does. And he showed that today because he was going in for every single challenge. He did the nice little Brazilian skill moves. Today he was Brazilian. Went from Federico Rogers to Fred Dos Santos. Because he was absolutely incredible today. And he's going to start against Chelsea, I think. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Ericsson's back in. Ericsson's fit now. But against Chelsea, I would start Fred again. It'll be hard because Graham Potter showed Fred's weaknesses in that first game. So also Fred has one good bad game and one good game. And God knows against Chelsea, he'll lose the ball and Mason Mount scores against us. I don't know. But he doesn't deserve to get dropped after this game because it was an absolutely beautiful performance. That might actually be his best performance in a Man United shirt. It's definitely his best performance of the season. It's definitely his best performance maybe that Arsenal game. He got like 2 assists. That was his best game, but he was absolutely amazing today. And then Bruno. Let's talk about the second goal before. After we went 1-0 up, like I said, we attacked. That second goal came off a counterattack. It's kind of like a FIFA goal. Ball was going everywhere. But Bruno, that finish was absolutely exquisite. And he also could have had a second if it wasn't offside because he dummied that goalkeeper. Rolling past the goalkeeper is a lost art in football. Bruno's actually done it a couple of times. He did it against Robert Sanchez last year, and he did it against Hugo Lloris today. It's a really good move. He's actually decent at it. So it's funny because he can't dribble past anyone in the middle of the park, but past the goalkeeper, he cheats him like they're nothing. But yeah, that finish was exquisite. Corner. Lloris couldn't do anything about that, and Because that first half, Bruno was annoying as hell. Before the game, he was talking about his running stats. I'm like, bro, you're number 10. I don't care about your running stats. Perform, goals, assists, good passing. Keep it tidy. Keep the attacks going. And the first half, he wasn't doing that because he was shooting from the parking lot instead of taking the overlap by Dallo. So I talk about Dallo had overlaps, but they didn't see them. But he still did his job. And yeah, just that goal was amazing. And after that, he felt himself. He ended up going to the right wing when McTominay came in. It's a really good captain's performance, and he needed that goal. Hopefully, we see more goals. Chelsea next game, we need him again to step up because he will start. There's no point in me saying, "Oh, Bruno's not going to start." There's no point in arguing about that, man. Literally no point. But yeah, just an amazing performance. And that goal was amazing. Our attack. They didn't score any goals today. They didn't get any goal contributions today. I think. Maybe, I don't know. Actually, no, Sancho got the assist for Fred. Fair enough. But yeah. Let's start with Sancho because, in my opinion, he was the worst of the attackers. If I said there was no negative things to say, but for Sancho, just you know what? I wish Bruno's brain and Sancho's brain like merged. I wish Sancho had Bruno's ego. Like, I could do everything. Maybe he could, maybe he can, but at least have that intensity. As a winger, you should be thinking you could do anything in the world. I mean, I wish Bruno had Sancho's like calm, keep it tidy. Sometimes force it, sometimes. But yeah, Sancho, like, he got the assist, but still not enough. Because we had them pinned back, and when you're a team that pins teams back, and which is what Ten Hag will eventually aspire to play every single game. This is the benchmark for what a Ten Hag team should look like now. Today, that was the benchmark. That was Ten Hag's Ajax, the way you play today. You need wingers that will suffocate the defense, that will keep the fullbacks on their toes. Sancho don't keep no fullback on his toe. Matt Doherty was against him today, and I don't remember him cooking Matt Doherty. So this guy do a little better, but he didn't do nice in certain aspects, like to keep it tidy. He didn't really misplace that many passes, but I need more aggression from Sancho. Ante on the right, similar to Sancho, but first of all, his left foot is a pink. Like that left foot, man. Every time he shoots, I think he's going in. There's that Arjen Robben like aura about him in that aspect. He sat down Perisic. He literally sat him down, which was nice. Obviously, it's Ivan Perisic, but it's still a nice move. Got Old Trafford rising, and that's when the crowd just roared. Like you could hear from the TV. Like I'm sure Faz will tell us about. Shout out Faz, of course. Will tell us about like how loud it felt, but like from the TV, you could just hear the crowd and like how loud it was in Old Trafford. You haven't heard that in a long time. So Anthony got them off their seats, but so that left foot's a ping of a foot, and he even went on the left, done a nice couple moves over there, but again, kept it wide, kept it nice, kept it ticking, but a little more aggression. But just every time he cuts in, man, it's a beautiful move. And he did a nice couple of things today. Marcus Rashford, unlucky to get a goal. The first miss, like I talked about, was absolutely unforgivable. He should be scoring that. But those other two great chances he had, Lloris made world-class saves, and Lloris hates him. That's for sure. Like, I don't know, just like they're unlucky. But Rashford made the runs, especially in the second half. First half, I was critical of him. I tweeted about it, like, you need to make more runs instead of Boxy, the striker, you're not left winger. Second half, he made those runs. And like I remember there were a couple of shots where Lloris caught it. Like Rashford was on his toes. Like if Lloris spilled it, Rashford was right there. That's good to know. That means the poacher instinct is getting into him, which is good. Ten Hag, of course, also talked about how he likes Rashford as a 9. He prefers on the left, but in certain games, he wants him as a 9. It's good to have those poacher instincts. Rashford had that today. Like unlucky. Other goalkeepers don't say that. Lloris is still a good goalkeeper, especially shot stopping. He made nice saves, but it's good to see the opportunity. Like sometimes you don't score, but as long as like I'd rather my striker. Obviously, scoring goals is important, but if they get 5-6 shots a game, that's a good thing because that means you're creating chances. That means like your striker is there to shoot them. Like that's a good thing. Like Darwin Nunez, we make fun of him, and he's chaotic and he gets so many goal scoring chances. And today he showed that one of them will go in eventually. Against City, he was terrible. Against West Ham, he scored. So you never know. Rashford against Chelsea, because we all know he loves to score against Chelsea. Those chances fall to him, he'll score. So I think also that 100 goal thing is getting to his head. Because he's too often getting 100 club goals for United. That's a great achievement, especially for him. Man born and bred. So yeah, that was a good performance. Off the bench, it was good to see Eriksen back. Missed the game against Newcastle. I was hoping he would start today, but maybe a blessing in disguise. He didn't. Excuse me, but that was good. McTominay did his McTominay stuff. who else came? Alanga. Nice couple little link plays between Alanga and Fred. That was nice. I think Alanga should be getting opportunities in Europa League. I would like to see him against Sheriff next Thursday, in my opinion. Is that it for subs? I think so. And of course, before I give my match ratings real quick and end it, the elephant in the room with Cristiano Ronaldo. If you guys know me, you know how much I love Ronaldo all the time, but it was just annoying today because we had our best performance of the season and he wasn't there. He made it all by himself by walking down that tunnel of frustration. I don't care if people use the excuse he had to go to the bathroom. Let's be 100. Just keep it 100. He was pissed off he didn't play. Yeah, but you ever talk? Yeah, like people talk about, oh, you should be starting him, yada yada yada. He's upset he didn't play. He didn't deserve to play today. He deserves to get subbed off against Newcastle because he was poor. And it just showed, man, like it's annoying because I love him like all time, but it's just like I tweeted this earlier. I got a lot of interactions. I said Ronaldo fans are so toxic that they make me hate on my favorite player of all time. Because if people just talked about him like he's a 37-year-old that's just not that guy anymore, it'd be a peaceful place on that app. But God forbid it's ever a peaceful place on that app because people talk about, oh, Ten Hag out because you're not playing Ronaldo. Ten Hag is handling the Ronaldo situation perfectly because he's respecting him in the media. He's not making him look like a cancer to the locker room, which he kind of is. So Ten Hag is keeping it professional and he's keeping it respectful. So it could be a lot. Ten Hag could be doing a lot worse for Ronaldo's reputation than he is. He's protecting Ronaldo's reputation. And I hope people get that through their heads. So yeah, but enough about that. Match ratings. I've kind of already. I probably should have given it when I was talking detail about the players, but real quick, De Gea. You know what? 9. Kept a clean sheet. I would give it a 10 if he made like more saves, but 9 out of 10 didn't have anything to do, but just the distribution gave me a 9, and just clean sheet's always important. The whole defense gets 9s, clean sheet again, and on the ball they were superb. It was incredible. Casemiro 9. I'm gonna give him a lot of 9s. I'm not gonna lie. Casemiro 9, just incredible. Fred 9.5. He's my man of the match. Just a perfect performance. He literally didn't put a foot wrong. So, and he got one of those. Bruno gets an 8. First half was an absolute like 5, 4. Second half he turned it on and he got the goal. So I'm gonna give him 8. Just really good performance in the second half. He kept it ticking. The attack, Anthony gets a. I'm gonna give Anthony and Sancho 7s. I'm going to give Rashford a 7.5 because he got into more goal scoring opportunities. And if he had scored, he'd be getting a 9. But I give him a 7.5. And Ten Hag gets a 10. Beautiful coaching display. Conte is not an easy manager, especially in big games. Conte has shown that last year when he literally got points against Liverpool City. And I think he played against Liverpool twice. He drew against them and he beat City at the Etihad. Not an easy manager to go against. Usually only Thomas Tuchel got his number. Arteta had his number this year. But you know what? I don't know if Arsenal fans see this. And I'm not even like trying to be disrespectful, but we beat them way worse than Arsenal did. Obviously, 3 points is still 3 points. So we still got the same amount of 3 points. But it shows that Ten Hag, Arsenal's so better than us. By far. They're better than us. But it shows that Ten Hag's building something. Even a couple of Arsenal fans admitted it. Like United, you're seeing slowly but surely the switches like in the mentality. And it's now like the foundation's been set by Ten Hag. But like even if we had lost today, thank God we did it. I would have been upset, but like you would have been like the performance was great, but you got unlucky and you need more player quality. And I expected to see a lot of that this year. That's what I was hoping for. Like obviously I was hoping we'd win those games, but if I saw losses, I wanted them to be in games like that you were the better team, but you got unlucky. And you just need better players. Today we saw that. Like we do need better players, but Ten Hag as a coach, I say 90% of the time when he coaches against someone that he will have the better game plan and that we probably go into that game thinking that we should win. And sometimes when you play against like a City, it's City. Even against Arsenal, when they get stronger, they'll get stronger. Those games will be tough, especially when we go at the Emirates. That game will not be easy. When we go to Anfield, those are games I expect to lose. I hope we get like point from there. Like if we get a point at the Emirates, call it a day. I'm happy. Get a point at Anfield, I'm happy. Get a point against City at Old Trafford when they come, I'm happy. But against like Spurs, I want to beat them. Against Chelsea, I want to beat them. Do I think we win at the Bridge on Saturday? I don't know. We haven't beat Chelsea in years. They haven't beat us in years. So, like in the league, of course. Um, I don't know, but Ten Hag is an amazing coach, and United chose right. And I'm just if Ten Hag doesn't succeed at Man United, it's not his fault. We don't know whose fault it is upstairs. So it's that simple. This guy's an amazing coach. Just give him his players. Let him cook, man. Just let him cook. And hopefully, the first team gets more gelled and he can start bringing some of the youth. I want to see Kobe Minu in a League Cup. If we beat Villa and we get like freaking Tranmere Rovers or something, I want to see a Kobe Minu. I want to see Isaac Hansen. I want to see Alejandro Garnacho. I want to see the youth play a little bit. But to do that, of course, you need your first team to be gelled together. So that's what it needs to be. But yeah, that's my match reaction. Man United 2, Spurs. No, this is probably the most positive match reaction probably gonna get all year because I don't know if we'll play like this again. I hope we do because now, once you give me this type of a performance, I want this every week. Because when you play like you're getting against Newcastle, my expectations are lowered. When you play like this against a top 4 team in the Prem, a Champions League team, I'm expecting Chelsea. I'm expecting to beat them. Who we play next week? West Ham. I expect to beat them too. My confidence is rising. I'm not used to this. That have made me very negative over the last couple of years. I tried to stay positive, but I love winning, and that was a beautiful win. I'm gassed. These players make me happy today. I have no words bad to say about any of them, except Ronaldo on the bench because he pissed me off. But what a performance. Bring on Chelsea. I want to, if you guys know Eric, obviously, from the podcast last year. I want to show it in his face how we beat them. But you know what? No matter like Kai Havertz is going to break his duck and score against us. But you never know. I don't know what's going to happen against Chelsea. But yeah, what a win. Like I said, Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. That's pretty much the match reaction. I forgot to do this in the beginning of the video again. Drop a like. Just make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share that too. And yeah, in terms of what's coming up, real quick, might do an NFL show on Friday. That's up to be determined. We'll see about that. But basketball starting. Since basketball is later at night, by the time the game ends, I'm not gonna record match reaction. But if the Knicks game, I might record a quick 5-minute video tomorrow about them. They play the Grizzlies tonight, that kind of stuff. And World Cup starting in 32 days. There's 32 teams. I start doing a couple articles a day for that because can't wait for that. And group previews, try to get guests, the drill, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share. And yeah, that's it. Peace.